Good day, everybody. Good evening. Good morning. Terilee Harrison from Team Referral Network Virtual Chapters, and I'm delighted to introduce you to another one of our amazing virtual team members. Michelle Perchuk is with MTV Coaching. She's coming to us from the, I'm going to say, greater New York area. Is that fair, Michelle?
Yes, it is.
Oh, awesome. And she is just the most wonderful person to help people with their career progression. And so, Michelle, can you tell me in a quick sentence the description of what you do so that I can that you say it much better than I do?
Sure, of course. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good day, wherever you are in the world. It's very nice to meet you. Once again, I'm Michelle Perchuk, and I'm a career progression coach. A career progression coach assists you at every time of your life. For example, when you're about to graduate from college, I assist you in your career search and what you need to do in order to get your first job. In the second stage of your life, which is usually when someone is an executive 2, 3 years in their role and they would like to plan their progression. They would like to get promoted. They would like to change companies. They would like to have a more responsibilities in a different role. I assist them with that progression. And then lastly, when someone is a senior level executive and they're seasoned in their role, I assist them when they get a retirement package in their company and they would like to go into another business or maybe start their own business. So I'm the career progression coach that is there for you in every stage of your life.
So Michelle, this is more important now than ever, I think, because there are a lot of people that are needing help. Can you also help the people who are being transitioned out of one job and looking for another?
Absolutely. That's what I've been focusing on. Many people just hit the job boards, they start updating their resume, and they get into this cycle of just submitting, submitting, submitting. And it could be very frustrating for people, especially when they need to find work and they're not. This is where I work. This is where my powerful work is with my clients because I give them different tools. I teach them not to spend most of their time on the websites, but really spend most of their time connecting with their network and build relationships. It's a very, very stressful time right now. And some people just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not working for them. So this is where a career coach would be a really amazing investment because I've worked with clients who I've assisted in getting a new job and then they wind up negotiating a salary which is 10, 15% higher than they expected, and that really pays for the career coach. And there's nothing
That's awesome.
more amazing than during a stressful time in your life when you're without a job and you must feed your family and you have responsibilities to really have an expert by your side. What many people don't know when they work with me is that I spent close to 20 years in the executive search field. I had my own talent acquisition firm in New York City, and I worked with Fortune 500 companies, HR departments. So I know exactly what they're looking for when they're hiring people.
So I think that would help a lot of people right now and to have someone by their side. Can you describe for the people that are graduating from college? So I imagine people who graduated this spring probably found themselves in like we all did in the world, but they found themselves in a position like here they were wanting to look for the middle of a pandemic. What would be something special that you could share right now for people that have just recently graduated college or for those that are seniors right now planning on graduating here next spring? What would be some top things you could share with them right now?
My number one piece of advice is invest the time in relationships. Build the relationships and make it a two-sided relationship. Offer a relationship, offer help as well as establish a relationship and acquaintance where you could ask for help. Don't always just say, I want a job. Can you help me? What can you do for me? Make it two-sided. And for young graduates, take the time and invest in LinkedIn. Build your profile there. Connect with people from your particular alumni. Reach out to people. Be that person that wants to know. Don't sound like you only need them to help you get a job. Honestly, many clients that I work with, they wind up getting their job offered to them and they never even asked. It's when you give, you really receive from other places. So I know it's very tempting to just answer to all these ads. Many companies are just collecting resumes right now. They are not sure how this pandemic is going to play out. They're not really hiring. They want to evaluate their third quarter numbers. This is the time when you invest in building relationships. Talk
Mm.
about your interests when you connect with people. Talk about different charities you support. um, I even working with my clients, I advise them in getting involved in a charity during a pandemic, because guess what, that's the first question the HR manager is going to ask. What did you do during the pandemic? And if you're going to say that I just played video games or I just did nothing and waited for things to get better, that is not the candidate that they want to go with. They want someone that worked in the soup kitchen. They want somebody that went around and assisted seniors in the neighborhood. So this is the time where you could really do amazing humanitarian work while you're not working.
Mm. That those are amazing, amazing recommendations for our young people for sure. Oh my goodness, like everyone needs to hear what you just had to say. We should transcribe that and put it out there. Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness. Okay, so let's talk about. I'm sure that there are many people right now who are grateful to even be having a job, but yet, if things were different, they might be in that position where they do want to grow and move forward and look at promoting, look at getting a raise. And I believe that it's highly possible, is it not, that the climate in some companies still allows for that. What advice do you have for people that are in that position?
Well, if you are in a role and you're happy in your role and you want to be promoted, absolutely go for it. Just make sure that you're prepared for it. Make sure that you build a case for yourself. This is the best time probably in our lives, in our lifetime, for innovation. So if you have those original ideas that you feel your department or your company could get ahead, this is the time when we need these visionaries that will go and stop at nothing to get their ideas across. So don't fear that you're going to be looked at, oh, the person that wants a salary increase in the middle of a pandemic. That's not what it's all about. Be that person that wants to take your company or your department to the next step. And then obviously the salary promotion or the bonus goes hand in hand. But think out what you want to proposition your supervisor with or your manager. Think it out. And if you're not sure, that's exactly the reason why it's wise to hire a career progression coach, because I can walk you through that in 3 sessions, in 6 sessions, and really make you feel comfortable in showing up that way. Not showing up from fear, but showing up from success.
Hmm. Thank you for that. I think, especially in these times, I think people need to hear that, to hear from you and to hear what you have to say. Because some people might just be grateful to have the job. And I think that we can still move forward. We see that in our business owner friends. I see everybody wanting to move forward. I see them, but I don't know the corporate climate the way you do. So thank you for that. And then probably also a product of the pandemic might be, how about those who are taking a package or just find themselves that they're in that retirement phase, but yet they're not done. They have options available to them. How do you serve them, and what advice do you have?
Well, when I work with clients who are in that type of situation or in that stage of their life, this is where I really dig very deep, because they're already seasoned people. They live the life and they certainly know what their core values are. And guess what? Many people who were in the corporate world really never lived up to their core values. So this is the time where they really, really get to be creative with a career progression coach. And they really get into doing the work that they always wanted to and never had an opportunity to. There are so many amazing businesses that are available right now. There is a need for people with great time management skills. Um, I've noticed, I've been really watching the tech sector because I've serviced them so many years being in executive search. There is a role called a chief elder, where a person who's had a career, a seasoned person in their 40s and 50s, sits on the staff of a company where everyone is in their 20s or early 30s. And they are the chief elder that everyone goes for advice. It's like the movie The Intern. Many of you probably saw. That's the Robert De Niro character. Because there's so many things that come up in the corporate world that are really based on life. And many young executives don't know how to behave in certain situations. So there's a role for someone that either was a CEO or a director that could go in as a consultant to a tech startup or any kind of startup and really give a tremendous value. Or get into a franchise business or open up that small business and come join us at Team Referral Network.
That's right. That's right. Wow, I had no idea that those positions existed, or those opportunities existed. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So I can easily see how in these three areas in life, how important it would be to have someone like yourself to come alongside in the journey for no matter where you are. So I want to invite you all to connect with Michelle. You can connect with her via email. And Michelle, if you had final words for people who are listening and like totally excited to chat with you, what would they be?
You never know what's going to come out of your career coaching progression session. You go in maybe with a goal or an idea, and you actually come out with such valuable insights that you never imagined that you will have. And those are the insights that you can take for the rest of your life and develop growth from that. Many people feel that career coaching is not for them. Oh, what does a career coach do? Put together a resume. Yes, a career coach can assist you with that. I'm not only that, I'm a career progression coach, but it's priceless because many people spend a career lifetime being stuck in a certain role, and they wind up showing up that way for 20, 30 years. And then they come into a coaching session and they realize that if only they could say no in their workplace, if they could only speak up, if they only didn't fear, things could have gone differently. So don't waste another second. Figure out where you were stuck. I create a very safe place, a confidential place in our coaching sessions. And sometimes I am in awe when pure miracles happen. So I invite you to this journey with me.
Thanks, Michelle. Well, I'm delighted to introduce Michelle to you all. And I hope that as you have listened to her, that you may have people that you know you want to connect with her. Perhaps you want to connect yourself. Perhaps you know someone else that needs to connection. So let's do what we can to put Michelle in front of the people in our lives that could use this encouragement, this support, and just someone with her experience to be able to help us navigate these waters right now. So Michelle, thanks for your time. I look forward to chatting with you again soon. And just I'm excited to hear more stories about how you have continued to help people during this time. So everyone have a fun day and see you next time.
Thank you.